Hey collective, it's Anne Marie. Happy Turnaround Thursday. Whoa! So I'm going to try to do this in 10 minutes. I have some amazing news I'd like to share with all of you, my collective. Many of you have been on this journey with me for some time, and I want to share one of my major manifestations finally came through. I'm not worried about sharing good news anymore, really, because what's meant for us is already ours, and they can't attack what you've healed. And so I'm going to share a recap of this past year and a half, and then, where we're at now. So if you followed me, about a year and a half ago, I was at a very toxic job. It was a small company. Actually, it was only the guy and me and his wife, and then another therapist who did the assessments. But anyway, it was very, very toxic, and it made me very sick. And I've talked about it. A lot of horrible things happened, and they did me fucking dirty. Okay? And I left. I left because Spirit led me to leave that position. Then I became homeless after that. And it was a year and a half of living in hotels, living in my car, going from house to house. And I knew I had to break the cycle, the generational cycles, the financial scarcity mindset, the cycle of being at jobs and romantic connections, friendships, any type of connections or any type of situations that didn't honor me and that took advantage of me. Those same things that I allowed to happen in my life because I didn't see my own worth and I truly didn't love myself. And so I started a deeper journey. I've been awakening since my major awakening since 2017. However, this was like the straw that broke the camel's back, where it was like making this choice caused me to be homeless, even though it was a crazy eviction. And so I started this journey of breaking these mindsets of not being around people, places, things that didn't honor me. Where the situations or people where I left the situation, I felt less than. And it was a lot of my own growth. It's not about a blame on other people. It's about taking accountability for the healing I needed to do to see my own worth. Because if I don't see my own fucking worth and stand up for myself and stand 10 toes down on it, no matter what the consequence is, then how can anybody else ever do that if I can't do it for myself? How can I feel worthy and want people to see my worth if I didn't have it for myself? Same with love, with this job thing. And so I was been on this intense journey, as you know, a lot of you know, this last year and a half. I was finally able, a friend of mine let me stay in her basement, and it was her husband, her 2 adult kids. Me and Galaxy and Mr. Beezer were staying in her basement. I mean, I was great. I'm grateful for that scenario. Because I was able to kind of get my footing a little bit. I mean, it was rough staying there because the bugs and the black mold, and I was still healing a lot of wounds I had as well. And all kinds of things were going on. And so I was able to, get a decent job. It was my warming center job that was very short. It was only for the warming season. Saved up enough money so I could get housing. And then my car got repossessed. It was divinely set up that way. It was a major setup. But, they took the car. So I had the eviction and then I had a repo. And so the money, the couple thousand I had saved to move, I had to go buy that little Honda that I had. I paid $3,000 for that Honda. And within less than a year, I put another $3,000 into the Honda. And in the meantime, the warming center job ended. I was a month or 2 without a job. And because I kept volunteering and sticking at the open shelter, another position for a year opened up. And that's the job I've been doing now. And I knew at the time, because Spirit told me, you can't work full time, Anne Marie. And that's why I've been working 25 hours a week. And there's a lot of healing and trauma work that's been going on right behind the scenes. Nobody knows, right? But a lot of it was, you need time to be able to really understand who you are as a divine, intent being, source of light energy, as this magical motherfucker that you are. You need to hone in on your spiritual gifts. You need to really tap into Mother Gaia and really have a deeper connection with your ancestors, your spirit guide. This isn't just something you press record, you throw fucking cards, and oh, I'm all spiritual. Then I get off here and I'm treating people like shit, right? Which that was never me. But it was more about being authentic and loving myself. And so Spirit provided the job that I'm at now, where I work 25 hours a week. And it's just enough money. It was a good pay. Just enough money for me to pay rent, because I found a place, which that program has ended, so now I got to find another place by the end of June, which is fine now. It always will be. But it afforded me just enough to pay the rent, to get Wi-Fi, pay my cell phone, take care of the cats, and pay utilities. It's just enough. I had the extra I had because I wasn't trying to tap into my savings, because I depleted most of it fixing the Honda, right? And the most I do for myself is get my nails done, and I used to eat out. I don't even do that anymore. And so it's been this long, hard process. And all along I was manifesting a job where I could stay on the same side of town that I've been working on for years, and that I love, of Columbus, the same side. I still wanted to work with the homeless, which there's no money in that, right? I wanted to work with community members and the guests. And when I say guests, for those of you who don't know, I'm talking about the homeless individuals, marginalized individuals. I still wanted, I had this very specific goal in mind. I want to still work with the homeless population. I want to work in a community, but I don't want to work in an office. I don't want to work in an office setting. I want to be outside, boots on the ground, something where I'm walking a lot and outside a lot, engaging people, right? The boots on the ground, hard grit stuff. I love it because I know what it's like. The way I'm able to connect with people is because I've lived those experiences, and I'm grateful for everything I've been through. Nobody knows all of it. I'm grateful for all the horrific and challenging things I've been through because, I'm a better person for it, but my view on things, right, is a lot different, and I'm able to connect with people in a different way because I've actually lived it as well. So I had this huge manifestation, and I said, in Spirit, we need to make a living wage. Because like most places in the country, in Columbus, there's a huge housing crisis. There are so many people that are displaced and can't afford, because, for a one bedroom, you're looking at $1,000, $1,100 in a decent area if you're lucky, right? And so I had this very clear vision of what it looked like at the side of town, the type of population. I need to have great insurance because I haven't had insurance and I got some shit I got to take care of, right? I need all of this. I didn't think it was going to happen. I had faith. Well, I love you. I love you, universe. Thank you, ancestors. I finally got the offer letter today. For the last 2 months, I've been going through a intense hiring process. Multiple interviews. 3 interviews with multiple people in them. A major feat, like just intense, amongst everything else that's been going on in my life. And I got the offer today. I'm on the same side of town, working with all the businesses on that side of town, working with all the guests in the community. The pay is great, and the insurance, well, and I didn't want long term. If they redo the money, but it's funded for a year, which that's all I need. And I deserve it. I put in the fucking work. I have put in so much fucking work and manifested the shit out of this. Like, I've manifested everything else. Manifestations work, and we're almost out of time. I don't want to cut it off like that, but I did it, y'all. We did it. That job opportunity fucking came. Packaged just for me. Packaged just for your girl. And I'm able to be my divine spiritual being person. I can show up as myself. Because there is no other way but to show up as Saging of the Soul. I hope you're healthy and happy, full of joy. Thank you for letting me share this amazing experience with you. Have a great day.